In the first half of this lesson, students have looked at two sources. They began with a selection from the History Alive textbook, and then they started to preview this history book by historian Mary Beard. Think back to what you've learned from the beginnings of your exploration and consider what type of source this would be. Particularly think about the book review that you read from the New York Times yesterday. The type of source would match what I have highlighted on your screen. Very similar in some ways to the History Alive book, but different in others. So let's think about how it is different. In your head, consider some ways that they are similar and some ways that they are not. Pause the video and consider for 15-20 seconds. Now, think about some similarities and differences along these lines. Pause the video, think about how you'd fill in the blanks. Use the first letters for help if you need them. Some of the ways that we would consider them different is that the textbook focuses almost entirely on facts. Because it's objective, its job is to just give you information. Students are supposed to do the analysis and conclusions for themselves. A history book, meanwhile, is giving you lots of information, but also inferences, analysis, explanations. The job of the historian is to not just gather facts for you, but to also explain what those facts can teach us about the past from their interpretation. Even still, both are non-fictional and primarily informational. The main heart of today will have you continuing with the Google Doc that is an interactive. Make sure you're reading everything before you try and come up with an answer. Make sure you're using the links to get to hints or little talk-throughs to try and help you make sure you're walking away with the big points.